So this is my critical Vegeta deck. It mainly focuses on using Vegeta, the leader, mainly to activate his effect, give him critical, and attack your opponent's leader with it. You obviously want to boost them to increase your chances of hitting with your critical, so that way your opponent doesn't add the card to hand, goes to the graveyard instead. That's what the effect critical does. So once per turn, you can do that with Vegeta's ability. You can take one of your life cards, add it to your hand, and give Vegeta critical until end of turn. So if you're able to untap him, like put him back into active mode and attack again, that'd be awesome, right? Once we get cards that can do that. And for him to awaken, you need 4 less life. For him to awaken, you draw 2 cards and then flip him over. And his awaken side, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, he still has that same effect, but he has the added ability of, if you have 7 or more blue energy, this card also gains 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. So he automatically, once he awakens, he already has the ability to make himself 25,000, which means you will use less cards to boost them, to make him 30, 40, 50,000, right? Attacking your opponent to make it hard for them to block, for them to combo, make it hard for them to combo, and so you can get that critical hit in there. And then when this card attacks, draw a card. Obviously, most awakened characters have that effect. So it's a way of guaranteeing you have a card that you can combo with, right? Attack, draw, combo. Hopefully your opponent can't combo, hit them for critical, right? Also, you want to make sure they're tapped out, so that way they can't try to do some couple 10k boosts by paying to come at you. You want to be in a position where they don't have energy to pay for their 10k combo cards, and you do have energy for you to pay for your 10k combo cards. And you definitely want to have as many 10k combo cards in your deck as possible, because the idea is you're trying to boost your Vegeta, high enough that it'd be hard for your opponent to boost. If they end up having some energy and you just want to win the game real quick, you're trying to go in, you definitely want to make sure you have 10k boosters. You don't want to go with the idea of they have no energy for 10k boosts, right? And then you're just going with a whole bunch of 0 cost 5k combos, right? And just pumping them up. You're using up a lot of your hand to try to create a certain amount of power when you could have used less cards if you just paid for them. Instead of using 2 5k cards to combo to add 10k to your Vegeta, you could have just used 1 card, paid 1 energy to get that same result. So you could pay 2 energies, use 2 cards in your hand, and get 20k, which would be way better. So you'll have a 30k Vegeta or a 35k, or once he gets his awaken ability of the extra 10k, it'll be a 45k Vegeta, swinging for critical. Now that's the stuff you want. You want those big numbers. And of course, if your opponent doesn't have energy, that means they can't play stuff like Weakness Cohesion or Full Power Energy, or any attack negating card. Since you're mainly focusing on your leader, you don't have to worry about Crusher Ball or anything of that nature. Because you're using a leader, you don't have to worry too much about, getting your leader onto the field and then keeping them on the field, right? Unlike how you play your battle cards. You play a battle card, you try to keep it on the field if it has an effect. Like there is a Vegeta that has critical, 15k, 3 cost, 3 energy cost Vegeta that you can play in the battle area. The only thing is your opponent can easily, attack, especially after it attacks, can attack it while it's rested and take it out with an attack. If you're trying to keep it on the field, then you have to use cards in your hands to protect it, and that can be a waste. You rather save the cards for when you attack, not use them when your opponent attacks, right? This deck is more about being aggressive. Let's just move on to the rest of the deck. So you want to be as aggressive as possible. So there's no Weakness Cohesion in the deck, and there's no blockers. Like, you don't really need them. So we have 4 of God Charge Vegeta. As you can see, he's a 10k booster for 1 energy. He has dual attack, so you can attack twice, which is always good, and critical, so you could potentially deal 2 damage in a single turn with just God Charge Vegeta. And since it already has the critical, your opponent's not going to add those cards to his hands, going to a graveyard. So definitely focusing on the crit aspect. Then energy boost Beerus, mainly because of 10k, and he has a decent effect. Double strike is also useful, especially if your opponent only has 2 energy, 2 life left. You just go for energy boost Beerus, deal him the 2 damage, and then just win right there and then. So it's a good finisher. Has a good effect, of course, when you have 5 or more energy. When you play him, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO that card. So it has good use. Obviously, it's a blue card. This is a mono blue deck, so it's worth having it in the deck. But mainly it's because it's a 10k boost attack Piccolo. The leader is blue, and this will give you 10k combo power, as well as you draw a card if you have 4 or less life. So obviously it's just a staple right there. And then we have Overflowing Spirit, Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan, Son Goku, which has critical, our favorite keyword in this deck, right? Plus it has the 1k boost, and has an added ability, which is during your turn, if you have 5 or more energy, this card gains 10,000 power. So it could easily become a 25,000 critical. So it's not that different from your leader. So it's like having another leader, right? And then you boost them and do all that good stuff. But there's a chance he could, obviously get KO'd. So the deck is more about the leader, less about the battle cards. But there are some battle cards, obviously, with critical, because that's a good effect. Why not have the ability to 1 turn double crit instead of just 1 crit with Vegeta, the leader. As you can see, I'm not using none of the other than God Charge Vegeta. Obviously, I'm not using the 3-drop. I'm not using a Salient Vegeta. I'm using Mighty Attack Goku instead. One, because Kind Saiyan Son Goku can search it out. So you see, I'm using a lot of the Goku cards. So this has the 10k boost I was talking about, and it's a crit, and it's a Goku, so it's searchable with Son Goku. And then we have Determined Striker, Super Saiyan Blue, Son Goku, which his ability is irrelevant. He's mainly there again. He's Goku by name, and he has the 10k boost. But I will mention his effect, which is Counter Attack. You could play this card and negate an attack. Has a permanent effect. When activating this card's counter, if you have 3 or less life, you may place 2 Saiyan cards from your hand in the drop area. If you do so, reduce the cost energy of this card by 3 for the duration of the turn. So it's a way of making it a 1 cost weakest cohesion. Basically, it just inherently just has weakest cohesion capability in it, and by negating an attack and making it cost. The main reason he's in there is because he's Goku by name and he has 10k. I could have easily put something else if there was another option, but he just so happens to have a defensive effect. You never know when you might need it, but we're not focusing on that. We're just trying to go aggressive, not defensive. Wish this had a 10k boost, but it's just a 5k boost. But it has the critical effect and Goku by name. That's the 2 main reasons why he's in there. If I could find something else in a newer set that comes out, they could replace him. Obviously, I could replace him, preferably with a 10k Goku. And then, of course, Kind Saiyan Goku. You play him. You look at the top 7 cards of your deck. If there's a blue Son Goku in there, among them, add it to your hand to shuffle your deck. So this is obviously for 1 energy is one way of getting a body on the field, as of course. Plus it has 0 cost 5k combo capabilities, plus you're adding something. And since there's a lot of Gokus in this deck, your chances of adding one of your 10k Gokus is going to be possible. Boom, add it. And then for 1 extra energy, right, you can play that 10k boost Goku from your hand, plus use for free this Goku, the Kainsane Goku, to give an extra 5k. You can give 15k to your Vegeta, you know, make him a 25k if he hasn't awakened. But if he has awakened, he'll be 25k. I mean, he'll be 30k. And if you have 7 blue energy, you know, he can go to 40k. These are the types of numbers you want to get. Obviously, you want to focus on them. So pay attention to your math. Then we have Whis, the resting attendant, mainly because he's a 10k. He's blue. He has an effect when you play him. You can take the top card of your deck and put it into your energy area, you know, which is good. You know, get that little energy ramp so that we can summon your so you could play your God Charge Vegeta on your 5th turn instead of your 6th turn, right? Get him out a little sooner. Plus having that 1 energy left over if you play him, but you don't need to play him because you could just use him for his 10k boost, which is the main reason he's really in there. But he has an ability, why not, right? And then you got Bulma, God Tempter, which can let you look in your deck and add up to 1 Whis with energy cost 4 or less from your deck and add it to your hand. And of course your target for that is Whis, the resting attendant, which is the whole point. You play her for 1 energy, you get Whis, which is a 10k for 1 energy. You pay 1 energy to use Whis for the 10k boost when you're attacking with Vegeta, your leader, right? And then use Bulma for free, and then right there 15k you're adding extra. It's the same thing with the whole Goku strategy. So it's a small little engine. I try to get you some extra quick boost, plus it'll thin out your deck so you can get to some of your other cards, you know, preferably your boost attack Piccolo, so you can get 10k plus get the draw, since Vegeta can self-awaken and all that good stuff. And then because since we're mainly focused on the leader doing a lot of the heavy lifting, encouraging President Monaka, obviously, since Vegeta does crit, why not make it double strike, right? Make it double strike so it does 2 crits, so it's 2 lives your opponent's going to lose, and it's going to a graveyard instead. And then you get to draw a card. Gotta love drawing, right? Pluses for days. So you're obviously going to need 4 of those. Senzu Bean, the extra 5k boost is always useful if you're trying to get these big heavy numbers, right? The magic numbers, and to be able to untap energies so that we can use them to do your 10k combos, you know, and get them big numbers. Obviously is very useful. And this has active battle, so obviously while you're battling you can use this, so you can guarantee you can combo. And then this is just a tech card. You can put whatever you want, you know. If you want to put Whis' equation in it, go ahead, that's your choice. But this is more about being offensive than defensive, so I use Father Son Gallic Gun. Active main, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and return it to their hand. Cards that are stacked under it go to the drop area instead. So this is a good removal to deal with anything that might be problematic. Let's say somebody did some type of cell evolution, you know, you can play this and bounce that cell back to the hand, right? Which causes them to reset their whole entire strategy, because they're going to have to wait until they can drop that 7-drop cell or any high cost battle card that they summon cheaply, like they evolved it so they got it out sooner, or they did some, you know, they did something to get it out, and then now you're like, bounce it back to your hand. You're not going to summon it anytime soon. You're probably just going to use it for comboing or for energy. I like that. I would rather you do that than keeping it on the field attacking me with it, right? So that's part of why you have it in the deck. Also, it comes in handy in case your opponent has a blocker. You want to bounce the blocker so that way you can attack the leader and not worry about them redirecting it to the stupid blocker and preventing you from going in with Vegeta for crit and whatnot. So, like I said, it's a tech card for me. Choice is up to you. Another tech card is just the Zeno, the Plain God. You can put whatever you want in that 2 slot right there. I got 2 Zeno, Plain God, just for the heck of it. You never know when it might come. His effect might come in handy. You'll mainly probably use them for energy. Again, tech card, just there for whatever. You can put whatever you want. And that's the end of the deck profile.